Hello, good morning, good day, good afternoon, evening, whatever time zone the world you all are. It's your Blue Archive Gacha where begin as self-proclaimed and your boy Tosanyu. Welcome to the stream. For today I will be doing art here. I will draw fan art of Roxy Migurdia, Roxy Greyrat Migurdia from Mushoku Tensei. And can like take about 2 hours, 3 hours, if I'm like on average kind of speed, but if like on the left side some samples, or like examples, like how I draw like in chibi or like in regular style without color. But yeah, I think like we'll try like to do something, I would like say, in regards to like coloring, like want to practice that, and yeah, here we go. I would like say. At this time I will be like yapping, so you can like feel free to like listen to my TED talk or commentary or whatever I will like randomly like talk about. And yeah, let's go. Roxy here. It's like a little bit of trouble for me because there are like two kind of people. Ones that are comfortable with drawing their favorite character slash waifu and so. And then those are like, oh no, what if I do everything wrong? What if I don't do her justice? Oh no, I should never draw her. And then yeah, here we are. I've never like drawn her for the longest time. So today will be the first one. I would like say, today I would like start. I say like I will be yapping, you know. And this is like a character I do have a liking to. But the thing is like once I like focus, you know, I will go silent. Like when I actually like take it seriously, you know. Rather than like kind of half-assing while like doing the sketches. But yeah, like even during the sketch I like try to like focus and I suppose yeah. And a kind of different kind of feel like when it comes to her. I will mess up probably, but I will have at least like given my best. Yes, so just like that. You know, before the stream I was feeling very sleepy. Actually I want to like to do like quickly my Blue Archive dailies. There was like new event, last JFD joint firing drill. And this is like kind of bothersome because this kind of combination is kind of time consuming. It might like take me 1 hour. And it's like this kind of event where it like summons a lot of attention, like asks a lot of attention of like mine, but I can't like spend too much of that since I've also the stream. It's kind of a dilemma for me, like actually do a stream here, but Shoganayo, I suppose. So before I like start the stream, I had to take a nap. Felt like pretty ass. I think a little bit of sleep. I slept like around less than 6 hours or so. Like barely hit even the 6 hours, and the day went like work-wise like long enough for me that I was like using my head constantly. Well, that's because I was like worried about many things, I don't know. And also at the same time, I had like a talk with my Ototo, you know, regarding the vacation to like Japan, the Japan trip, you know. And it's like Tuesday now. It's like only a few days, like at the weekends, you know, like where we go. And I still can't believe what I am going to Japan. It's like just like a day, like it's just like a day, like an hour for me right now. But I didn't like you know, I didn't really like process that, and I think like I was like thinking about a lot of like things about preparing, you know, and I think like this kind of like exhausted my brain juices, and also like my awakeness, I suppose. I kind of went sleepy. Like I did notice every single time I like tried to like do something with the archive, you know, like I was still in the middle of doing that, my eyes would like fall somewhat close, the eyelids feel like heavy, and then I was like always like close to actually falling asleep, and kind of like wow. I don't know. Took like a nap, I would like say, but I didn't really feel fell asleep, I would say. Maybe I was like kind of half asleep, but also like half awake, I'm not sure. I have like a daydream, but I took like about 30 minutes or so for myself. I listened to some ASMR, and this ASMR, there's like something a custom alarm, you know. I had like a plug of ASMR, like where Yuka was supposed to wake me up, and I didn't wake up, you know. Only like with my own alarm. Then finally, I did awake. I did awakened, but yeah, like quite something. He's so tired. I still like feel a bit tired, but at least like better than before. I think like recharge maybe like about 10% extra, I don't know, 5% extra. It's like slightly better. Still not the optimal state like I wanna be in, but at least it's something, you know. At least something. But yeah. Let's still continue. I'm like, yeah. I'm thinking about some background, but not really sure. I should do there. First of all, the face. Like this. Somewhat okay, not sure. Not really sure. Yeah, stop talking. I'm totally locked in. I want to follow my vision. I don't know like what's supposed to be with the lips, but something. Keep like the face layer and like the hair layer and everything like separate. First of all. Younger than she is. Baby cheeks. Try to make her look young. And then from there. I think there should be the gripper. The hand should like be. I will like change that. Okay, like this. To the side. Then hair long twin tails, but like braided. Oof. Well, it's gonna be a sketch first, and I'll work from there. Wait, there's the fat one. Yeah, then if I add details, maybe something like here. I will figure it out. Focus on the everything. The way the bias framing have. I care like a lot about like Roxy. Usually I like yap a lot and talk like about all kind of like things that like come to my mind. But now that actually like draw a character I actually do like. Like not that I dislike like any characters I drew before, but this is kind of like a different meta because yeah, I love her voice actor. She gave like Roxy like a beautiful kind of voice, you know? Like kind of a different vibe, like from roads like Aruna or like Nobita or so, whatever, you know? But it's just like kind of like a friendly enough voice, you know? I don't know. It's like something about that. It kind of like make me enhance like the character design and like how she's like written, you know? And oh, damn. If I don't do justice, I kind of feel like, yeah, so I will give him my all. 本気出したら本気出すよ。それは。Usually I do avoid. I tried to avoid strong here because it was always like the fear of like, what if I don't do it justice? You know, like I mentioned before. What if I can't like do it right? And then I would like try it all. But yeah, put on my schedule, gave myself a little push. Come on, Tosan, you can do it. And now here we are. I might regret it. I might regret it. It might stay a sketch forever, you know, somewhere in my folder, but let's see. Should I try with a rope? Maybe not with a rope. How would I do trot? I don't try with a rope. And then... oh, what did I make of this? And you can't see her innerwear? Have a character sheet available? Yeah, when you can see the inner side. Maybe I should turn this around more and zoom a little bit closer. Oji-san, guess what? What? Nani? Gosh. Oh, Clipseed is a little bit lagging. I did too much effort. Put too much effort into sketch that starts lagging now. Yada yo. Need to adjust this a little bit. That like fits nicely. I'm here. You're here. Okarinasai. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the stream. For today I will be trying Roxy Migurdia from Mushoku Tensei. And I'm trying to give my best here, so I was like not talking too much. And just focusing on the progress. Since I have a little bit under time pressure and I felt tired before the stream. I took a nap, I feel like 5%, 10% better, but still not quite ready. But like here we are. How are you, Oji-san? How was your day? I feel like tired. The day was kinda like long. And at the same time, it doesn't take like many more days. Like day 2 is like over. I need only to survive until day 5, and then the day after I will like start the JP trip, you know. And I don't know. I can't really believe that I'm actually like taking steps towards that, you know. That actually like I have like vacation for actually a long time. 5 weeks or so. I constantly worked. 8 months. It's like more than half the year. And I don't know. I sat there, like when I came home, did my dailies in Blue Archive. We had like to do, there's JFD, there's like the code box event. Also like with some RPG elements where you like walk in a semi-open world with chibi sprites, you know. And so much to do. And I just sat there, like processed all of that, and it's like I felt so tired that my eyelids felt like so heavy, and before I like could like, you know, I always constantly like step myself out because I was like it's covering, I'm like leaning towards the side, you know, and yeah, it was like only like about 45 minutes before the stream, you know. Decided like to take a nap. Feel like about 5 to 10% better, but still. Also, I should like talk too much. I think like I like actually stopped trying. I like notice now. Continue. And here. Around here, really? I don't understand, but yeah. The sketch looks amazing. I love it already. Nice. Naps can be lifesavers, but sometimes only makes me more sleepy. Yeah. They're like people who need naps to like focus, like recharge, whatever. For me it's like a mix of both. You'll be gone forever. Yeah, pretty much. Feeling sleepy is like someone putting you to stop from working. It's annoying. Yeah, I would like define it maybe like that. Like, of course your body needs like rest and everything, but at the same time it does slow me down. I do want to complete everything, but there are so many hours in a day, you know, so much energy you like have available. You have like limited amount of energy, and just pushing yourself over and over, going above and beyond, like over your limits. It sounds like a really cool badass thing, you know, but this can be dangerous. The day is so short, yes. In the sense of like that's dangerous, you know. Imagine you like hold your breath while you're underwater, you know? And it's like at some point you do find a point where you should like actually get back to the surface and like get some air. But then there are like those mindset, mindset people, and be like, no, you shouldn't stop here. You should push further, above your limits. Yeah, this is like what makes people admire you. Go further and further. And what this can like do is pushing you to the brink of like, you know, of like that, and it can be dangerous the deeper and deeper you like go, like in the water. And once you like, you know, have to like get some air, it might be too late, you know. You might like actually collapse and like fall down or whatever. So yeah, breaks are like important every now and then. That could never be me. I need to rest after 5 minutes of doing anything. Yeah, I mean, there's also like not everybody is like built like those magical giga chats also. Doing things slowly is fun, yeah. That's why there's like this toe kind of thing. Of like, oh, you created, like take things slowly, you know, take it slowly. I don't know like how I'm gonna finish this. Like there's so many things wrong with that. It looks not bad, but at the very least I pushed myself to like do her. Now I'm like dealing now with the consequence of my past actions. What I can like do is now try to salvage it somewhat. Like with what I did now. I think the charm point is her face, so I will like focus a lot like around that. You're finishing that with a lot of motivation. Well, I like her pretty much. Let's say it was love at first sight. When I saw her and heard her voice. It was like the perfect combination. And when I read like the light novel, I saw like beyond the things of like show don't tell. Like the things like the light novel described like from her POV, for example. And I felt even more in love with her. Kind of like. And she had like kind of like the kind of romance fantasy, you know, that she could like go on an adventure with a dashing young man, you know, and they go to labyrinth, you know, and like via having that back with each other, you know, they would like slowly like get closer and closer. And by defeating the labyrinth, you know, by clearing it, this is like where it like can come together or something like that. I think the anime she mentioned it like somewhat, you know, but it was like so much more memorable like in text form, I would like to say. And then imagining her like, you know, blushing a bit, like taking her like head and like digging a little bit deeper into the face, something like that, you know. I kind of like how they did like an anime, but it's like really subtle, you know? Like you won't notice it unless you pay attention, or you're like novel reader, something like that. It's adorable, yes, yes. She's very sweet. It's not just something like that. And for example, like when she went up to Rudius, you know, and then something like, hey, I'm interested in like dungeon diving with me, you know? Like when he gets like older, you know? He looks like more handsome. And he like said that, and she was like, you know, the background raising her like making her hand her fist and then raise it to the air like yosha, you know, like just silently. And I was kind of like, oh, so cute, you know, like when it was in text form, but in anime it's also like kind of like visible to see, but yeah. They did their best on like adapting that scene as best they could. But I think we are not that far yet, so yeah, gonna like see that. No, but you're right, yeah. I think it's just like with text form, I don't know. I like take it slowly and imagining it, you know? But anime I already see what's happening and then yeah. And it takes like longer to process maybe. It's like in the moment. I don't know. But if I can take my own pace of like pushing into my brain, it has like something different, I don't know. Reading is like nice. I do see a lot of clips though. Yeah, I mean it's like sometimes people pointing out, you know, like those dedicated anime onlys, you know. But if you like are worried about like things that are like, you know, did the anime skipped like some parts of the light novel, then I think like channels like Otaku Spirit are like pretty good. They do like the old stuff like YouTube pretty much. It's like not like this heavily edited Zuma brain shorts or like videos, you know, something like that. It's pretty much like a dude talking and like occasionally like show some pictures, you know, of like the light novel and like or like of the anime or like mentioning the parts, something like that, you know. Pretty much like old school and it's pretty good. I kind of like miss this kind of like style of like content creation was like say, but you have like the adapter meta of like Zuma brain like somewhat, you know, if you really want to be successful. It's like why Mr. Beast, for example, does the way he does like things. And then a lot of other people copy him because okay, he has success, I need to do that too. But I think like now with like AI slop, you know, there might be people like copy actually AI slop and then the AI slop copies like the slop, the copied slop, and then it gets worse and worse. And like how to get the attention of like the zoomers. That's so dope. I hate those oversaturated YouTubers. Yeah. Be successful versus being true to yourself. Well, one can try like mix of both, but I think like the true to yourself can be a bit more fulfilling. It's about like making enough, not like more, right? At the same time, something like that. Oh really, I wanna erase that sketchy like line art. Really? Yeah, it can like be more fulfilling if you do it like your own way, make it like enough, you know. I think there are like people who could like live by their passion alone, but just like enough, you know. And they have like a lot of to juggle already. They're under stress, for example, because they have like to produce like videos daily, and sometimes like when people ask you like for, let's say like family meeting, you know, like eating together, or someone comes to visit, and they always have like the constant kind of pressure on like, you know, I could use the time to like make the videos, you know, and it can be like this kind of like cycle, you know. At the same time, I make about 2k in a month, you know, which is like not a little amount, you know. And I think that for one person it is enough. But if you have like, for example, live with your mother and have like a significant other, then this can be like a barely enough thing, you know. But with like multiple people, there's like something of like work that can be lifted from you. They could like do the cleaning, they can do the cooking, you know, and then you save yourself time on like doing that, you know. And having some people around you can actually like lift your spirit a little bit, you know, like your morale, or like keep going on. If you're alone though, yeah, it can get a little bit parasocial maybe, I don't know. If you look like for something online. But yeah, it depends, like, of course. There are enough people like who found the success like more or less that way. Success in the sense of like, you know, getting married, for example, having children. And then slowly like going away from the online life, or like occasionally showing up, you know, like when they feel like it. And when they come back, it can be like pretty nice. I, for example, like the things PewDiePie like currently does. He went like for enough and more, right? Lives in Japan, has like a beautiful wife, a kid, you know. The family vlogs are kind of like cute. Something like this, you know. I have 100 people in a castle. And there's a big labyrinth. How long will it take to get everyone out of there? Let's see who will be the first one. Also, we have like some death challenges here. Let's go. And yeah, I think like I feel more happy about seeing like happy people together, you know, some potential, some growth. Out of this little boy can be something, you know. I don't know. Ah, the change PewDiePie, that was nice. Yeah. Like some people kind of like were maybe critical about PewDiePie at first, you know. Like, you're not the same anymore, you know. Like, when, for example, when he was like still like doing YouTube, but really kind of like retreated like more and more. And prioritized like his, you know, shifted his priorities like to what was fulfilling. Yeah, I think like he does like, he's happier now. He's not even like doom scrolling, he's that active like in social media, so he only does like YouTube. He has a Twitter account, but he only uses it so that other people can like impersonate him, you know? Be like, I'm PewDiePie. I'm sure he still has like difficulties, but it is nice to see. Like, as an animal, to see that someone has a significant other, you know, and like offspring. With that, you know, his genes can still survive in a sense, you know. But besides like the animalistic kind of like thing, there's still like yeah, the kind of like core, the message and everything. Take responsibility. I still sometimes I can watch that slop, you know. But for the most part, I think like it wastes too much of my time. And I think like algorithm gets like sometimes a little bit weird. They ask me like, they like throw like things to my face they think like I'm interested in, but my priority is like somewhere else, you know. It can be like things like, you know, oh, why are anime seasons so short? Here are the reasons why. Oh, wanna know like how to like cook some ramen. Oh, here's some Japanese tips, like some words, some vocab you can like learn. Throw me like kind of a lot of like things to my face and a lot of information. So much like dopamine, you know, and I feel like very exhausted, like after like a little bit of doom scrolling. I don't know. And then the notifications, to kind of like fear of like missing out, having to keep up, you know. Can watch most content on YouTube nowadays, but so nice to find a good channel that does normal content. Yeah. It's like good. I think like even tutorial videos can be like nice, you know, if they just like focus on like what they advertise, like via thumbnail title, like on doing, you know. But sometimes I like those clickbaity ones, you know. I don't know if you like now, you know, it's like, okay, we're gonna bake a cake, you know. We're gonna make a cake, and then you see on the thumbnail like, you know, a woman holding a cake, you know. But then it's like zooms in the boob window, like those kind of thumbnails, you know. And then yeah, I'm totally here for the cake. Yeah, you know what I mean, right? But yeah, but as long as they like still show like the process of making cake, cool, right? As long as like not too much of like dopamine rush, and so I think I can like work out. But if it's like a channel like How to Basic, for example, like, you know, bake a cake, how to bake a cake, you know, and then at the end like okay, he does like the steps, like the ingredients, but somewhere in the middle he just like destroys the cake, the kitchen, throws eggs at like whatever like was like left, and this is also like some kind of content. I kind of like thought this like kind of like twist was like also like funny. Like YouTube was weird back in the days, but the good kind of weird. How to Basic changed my life. Yeah, it surely did. But yeah, YouTube is a little bit unwatchable. Like when you don't have YouTube Premium, I don't have like anymore. Like after 3 years, I finally stopped because they like increased the prices, you know. Now I see all the ads, you know. I didn't like change anything there, but it's like things of AI girlfriend or like training generators, you know. Training app based on like so leveling, for example. Some AI games make you on adventure or something like that. Like they think I'm interested in that. I'm kind of like, I think, you know, like back in the days it was really like weird with YouTube. It was like funny, it was like memorable. But yeah, it becomes like more and more corporate. I think it's easy if you're a pirate, yes. I mean, you can kind of avoid like watching ads. Like I think like 1 ad is enough, or like 2. But when it's like gets so many like wombo combos, you know, yeah. Like you can click the link, copy it, download it. There's still like YouTube to MP4 downloaders, for examples, you know. There's some like kind of like ways where you to watch YouTube, you know, without like enabling ads, you know, something like that. There are like so many like kind of like loopholes around watching things like back in the days, like less annoying. There are also like those what are called plugins, yeah, for the browser. Like if you have like a PC, doesn't work on a mobile sadly, but yeah. At least like something like is there. You know which channels are cool? The vague ones that don't explain much about the YouTuber, like they post once per month and just do whatever. Yeah. I remember like one Niji Sanji live. He only like does stream once in a year, but when he streams, it's the most amazing event ever. And he does really well. It's not your mindset grind set every day, 11-hour, you know, endurance challenge, like whatever. It can be funny still, you know, because it's not slop content, but it is like really someone who puts all everything into one live stream, you know, like makes a big event, and it's amazing, you know, and then gets some milk and like it disappears for a whole year. Is a vampire VTuber, Gilsaren the third or so. He looks like kind of like a purple man with like long ears or something like that. Something like purplish skin. But his live streams, his content is amazing. I totally forgot his name, but I do know him. Well, at least you know. Like, my kind of like pocket knowledge. I have like a deep pocket regarding like Nijisanji JP, you know. Like regarding like the older times. I know too much. But if it comes like to newer news, you know, newer livers, for example, I'm like kinda like out there, you know. I can't like say that much, but yeah. It's like about the good old times. I feel like I'm like really old, I would like say. Back in my days. Was he going to be voice acting for anime recently? Like if he did, cool, you know. I don't know like anymore. Like what's going on there. I do know of some livers. Also like Holo Live VTubers, you know, who did like the music in the anime. Like anime opening or like ending, you know. Like I watched for example on Netflix, Goodnight World. The opening was like sung by Kuzuha. And the ending song was like sung by like the music group Nornis. So like Machita Chima, Inui Toko, Asahina Akane. Asahina Akane is by the way graduated nowadays, but this like trio has amazing like voices. Like for singing. They are like powerful in a sense. Their strength. Even though some of those look moe, there's like some strength in like those voices, and it kind of like, you know, it's like kind of like I kneel, you know, vibe moment or so. It's not like, oh yes, you know. It's really like kind of powerful. And like getting goosebumps, you know. And then holy crap, it's so good. Oh, I saw a post about that too. You did. It's kind of like old. I like watched it like last year, I think. Goodnight World. It's like basically like when the setting of like the story is in a game / the real life world and like family problems. It gets like weird though. The anime gets weird though. Like if you think about like on what it's like, what the antagonists, who the antagonists are in the series. It's cool when you talk about Holo, since I don't know much about them. It's fun to learn about it. Well, I talking about Nishi-sanji for starters, but with Full Life, for example, Tokuya Mitoa, she sang the opening in like Jack of all trades, party of none. It's like basically like kick out of the hero's party, like anime. It's kind of mid, but then if you listen to the opening, it's kind of like, I do imagine it's a greater anime. It needs to be something meaningful because Towa-sama sang that opening song. And then yeah. And I did enjoy like 3 months of like that, you know, getting to hear like he in the anime. She also like that appear in like Mao, or like Mao-sama anime 27, 8, I don't know really, 1919? Really sure what the anime was called, but she'd appear there, you know, and inspired like the main character to become a live streamer, for example, and this was like plot relevant or something like that. It's canon. Towa-sama inspired the Demon Lord to become a live streamer, and he became successful. Let's go, you know, something like that. It's like basically like a Demon Lord when like was defeated by the hero, and like went to deep sleep or something like that. And he awakens and he woke up to a changed world. They're like, now everything's sci-fi, you know, there's like skyscrapers, they have like flying cars and something like that, and a lot of things like digitalized. And then the new technology mostly beats like his old school like kind of magic or something like that, and he's like pretty like much washed, and he has like to kind of adapt like to the current kind of meta to like make his way back, as like there are also like problems in like this kind of like civilization, you know, like some of his older, let's say like servants, you know, they saw like, you know, holy crap, actually they can like beat the Demon Lord, you know, like kicking his ass and everything, and then slowly tries to take the force for himself, and also like in a corrupt kind of way. And the Demon Lord, the original Demon Lord, is kind of like, no, that's fucked up, man, and let me do something about that, you know. It's kind of like overconfident, you know, and never scared of a challenge, but he gets kicked ass, but he's like nothing like a sore loser. It's actually like really good written character, actually, you know, and actually it makes me like want to root for him. It was kind of like interesting anime, and the writer gets like better and better like the longer like story that goes on, you know. Yeah, sounds dope. Yeah, I think every anime gets a bit weird. Yes, like arrogant. Yeah, kind of like he has pride and everything. He gets his ass kicked, however, but still like doesn't back up and like goes like further. Like live streams, he played like a game like Dark Souls, and he did like, for example, like 11-hour live stream or so, or like they took like maybe like split like multiple days, and just to, like finally beat this game, you know. They had got like multiple followers and like people watching him. Even those who called him like he sucked and whatever, you know, but even like those people he appreciated. Like, you know, he was not like, you, I'm gonna kill you, you know. He was just like, yeah, I admit I suck right now, but I'm on my way to get better. I will show you, and then yeah, something like that. It's lovely, it sounds amazing. Yeah. The power system like of him is like a little bit different, you know. It's not like that, okay, he's a Demon Lord, he is strong, but it comes all together on like how many people believe in him, you know. And this kind of reflects on follower counts, kind of like back in days you could like have a city, you know, and people who like search of work, like want like some resources, you know. He can be like, you can work for me, you know. I'm gonna be like a job giver, and then they're gonna write a contract with him, and then like eternally like serve him. And he has like, let's say like in the follower count like let's say 100 people, where he has like kind of like a magic power for like 100 people, for example. But this kind of meta he had like kind of like to the live stream for some reason, and like get the power like this kind of way. And it's kind of like cool like how he slowly rises, but it's nothing like where you feel like he's invincible. Like he has actually some weaknesses and flaws. Is she like Tinkerbell? Maybe, I suppose. But it was really like nice to see like how he like slowly adapted to the new civilization, though. Like he didn't like even know like how to use a smartphone, what like video games like are, you know, and like how you use that, you know. Like even like nowadays he's a little bit confused, even though he adapted like for the most part. It's kind of like nice, you know. Like when you usually you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but this one was willing to learn. It was like nice. Like you have to imagine, this is like some, you know, usually like fantasy stories with demon lords and heroes and so. They're like in a world of like sword and magic, like middle age somewhat-ish, you know. And when you throw like someone of this caliber into a Skyfire world where they have like battle armors, like lightsabers and so, they shoot like lasers, whatever, and they have like ways to access like they can like see like screens, they can hack whatever. And there's like one dude like from the old era, and like how can he adapt, you know, how can he like compete with that? And it's kind of like nice to see like that they can get their ass whooped, and but they still can adapt because it's like kind of in the sense of like, I've played these games before, I know like how the battlefield looks like, you can't touch me or whatever, you know. And yeah. That in some points he has like the upper hand, you know, like where the old iron is still like kind of reliable. I have to make a representation, BRB. I wish you success. I shall focus for now. Gonna change that a little bit. But besides like that, I think like there was like 2-3 other anime I can like think of their whole life did have cameo or sang the opening. I think like Mayonaka Hatune had like Susei sing the opening there. And then like in some kind of like robot housewife anime, Tokinosora sang like either opening or ending. Probably opening, I think. And it's think it was nice. Onto like some fans. That, for example, like this was like the way to like learn about Tokinosora. Like the first whole life VTuber. The OG. Like VTubers are like essentially also like celebrities, you know, like some stars in a sense. I think like Kali's also like kind of active, like there. She did like, I think like the second opening in Kyatto, and like one insert song there as well. And it was like her favorite kind of manga. And like to have the opportunity to actually, you know, do something for that, I think it's amazing. Like I think like it's everyone's dream like somewhere to be in an anime. Like voice acting, really like doing the music, you know. Like music's like something special because it's like one of the first things like people will like see when they like get into watching anime, you know. And if like the music's like something they remember after 12 episodes, for example, I think that's amazing. A lot of artists also like to kind of dream, hallucinate that whatever they will draw or serious ideas they like have, you know, can turn to like something like that. I hallucinate also something like that too. Sometimes I listen to like music that doesn't have like a music video and imagine like my own anime opening, more or less, you know. I hallucinate my own anime opening. Something I will never draw or like make. Because at the end of the day, life is a burden. You need money to survive. Like you have to pay your rent, you have to pay food. Something like luxuries or like, I don't know, pastries or like maybe like some subscriptions to like artists, you know, your copium to survive like your everyday, I don't know. Subscriptions are somewhat but if it's like about supporting a creator, you know, like, I think it's like not too bad, you know. Like Pixel Fanbox, Patreon, you know, example. Even though I think like those GoFundMes, you know, if it's just for one goal, it's not like for every month, you know. This can also like be great. I funded like some indie video games, by the way, like in this kind of way. I think. Like not via GoFundMe, but like via those Patreons, for example, you know, on a monthly basis. Like around like $20 or so to the side just to support like this one creator. And they like made some stuff and I like it, what they made. Don't regret it. And I show up in the credits, you know. Because I did like fund this project as well. But it's just like a subscription for like Netflix, for example, or YouTube, you know, no ads. I don't know, it only like really is worth it if you, let's say, just hang at home, have nothing to do but to entertain yourself with like whatever stuff, then yeah, subscription is worth it. But if I'm like busy, I'm always like working and tired, you know, I would always have like opportunity to watch YouTube Premium, you know, like Netflix. Sometimes you just like want to sit down, like watch a movie, you know, you have like maybe bored, and don't be interrupted by ads or whatever, you know. Like a one-time purchase. Like how like games, movies, and whatever like were back in the days. Like things like that work better for me. Like things like one-time purchases. Let me apply basic color. Gonna keep it like the way it was before. Just like try a little bit of colors. Just try for now. I need to see the vision somewhat. Guess who's back? Back again. It's you! Welcome back, Kotomi. How did your presentation went? Did you felt it like went well? How do I say go? I don't know. How did it go? Yeah, something like that. It's me, hello. Yeah, hello. It's you. It was good, I think. The professor said we spoke clearly about the topic, but she didn't say anything else. Sobbing emoji. Well, at the very least, if they understood like what you were talking about, what the topic was, I think that's good enough. Sometimes people like watch me and don't understand like what I'm doing, you know. I have to elaborate myself. Hello, yeah, I'm like drawing. I'm doing an art stream here, drawing Roxy Migurdia from the series Mushoku Tensei. She's like a king tier water magician, and she's a goddess, eh? And then yeah, she's really a goddess, you know. Nothing wrong about that. At least she's like called a goddess by Rudius, but in my eyes she's also a goddess. Kami-sama. Megami-sama. And drawing fan art of her. It can take about 2 hours, 3 hours, you know, who knows. Based on my pacing. But I'm gonna give my best because I do like her a lot. I hope, thank you, yeah. I hope it will like work out for you. Wow, the best presentation ever! Yeah, totally. Give me like a S plus, you know, for my presentation. Don't give me a B, don't give me a C, just go straight to S rank, you know. What, you don't rank in S's? Rate in S's? What the hell? I thought anime taught me everything. Needed to like know. They even like rank adventurers like that also, or like heroes. Okay, it's pretty dirty. Good. I have to use a lasso, I think. Or do 3-star. Lasso, I think, would be better. But I didn't really like too much anime to like teach me things, you know, like how life at high school would like be, like middle school, whatever. Like whenever there's a new classmate that you have a chance to like make friends with them, they could be the love of your life, the next addition to your harem, eventually. But yeah, never anything like that. Life is not like anime. Now I can understand when I say like, huh? What do you think? This is an anime, this is a manga, so things don't like turn out like magically well. It's reality, we have to face it and whatever, you know. 1 out of 10, you broke the scale basically. Yeah. The One Punch Man, for example, became so strong because he did 100 sit-ups, push-ups. What else? He ran like 10 kilometers or so, and it's like every single day. To train his mind, don't have an AC on during the summer, you know? Eat a banana in the morning, something like that. Eat 3 times a day. It would be like hard as hell to like push yourself to the brink, but eventually you notice that you get stronger, you know? And at some point, he lost all his hair when he became like so strong. Or something like that. I see sometimes like those kind of like training regimen, like other like manhwa as reference and also One Punch Man. But those dudes would never like... Well, those dudes would be strong, but it's never like to the extent of like Saitama, you know, where he could like literally punch everyone. Reality's alive, Oji-san. The forward with Rienda. I would train like Saitama, but the world will explode. Yes, it will explode. Sure. As long as you don't like be Mega Man and be like, explosion! You know, I think it's like fine. Like training doesn't look weird, but if you like are around and point our stuff at something and shout like, explosion! I think people wouldn't like look too weird at you. What hater? What? What's me? Totally not. How do I do this? Slightly darker? Biggest hater ever. Me? No. Totally not. Gonna move on to our eyes. Basically what you wrote, but yeah. I tell everyone you're a hater and then you'll have to pay me $1 billion to make up to me. But you have like $1 trillion, isn't that enough already to live? This would like look pretty bad, like PR wise, you know? When you go like to a little guy like me, like he's a trillionaire, and then ask me to give all my savings away. Even Mr. Beast could like come up with something better to make that like entertaining. Not enough, too little. Yeah, I mean, I shall partake in the Squid Games to like pay that money back and then just die. This would be a way to die, actually. I could actually go out like this, but not be too bad. You won't, I'll be helping you. I mean, you're the trillionaire, you're basically like one of those people, like the VIP seats, you know, like with those masks and just like watch me, oh ho ho ho, you know, Mr. 69, number 69 did like solve this round. I hope that I will do it. Oh no, 69 died. Okay, then I'm gonna vote for 96 to like do it. Oh no, even he died when Mr. 67 can like do it, hopefully. Oh, and then yeah, whatever, you know. It's just like playing with lives at the end of the day. You're overthinking? Yeah. Well, the series will show us something with games. I did like the idea. It just like failed to like deliver the ultimate message, but I saw the vision. It was nice. A little bit sad about the wasted potential, but it was nice. All money goes to Mr. 67. Yes. Just believe. Guys look adorable, OMG. Well, I'm trying. Somewhat. I'm pretty silent, I do notice, but it's like mainly because, you know, I don't really wanna mess this up. I burnt my mouth, coffee's the enemy now. It reminds me of like this one meme. It was like kind of in for a long time. Now that you mention like coffee, you know. This coffee's pretty strong. And Goku appears out of nowhere. Oh! So this coffee is strong? Okay, coffee. Then fight me. No, Goku, no! And then punches the coffee cup, and then, yeah. Oh my! And yeah. Something like that. Oh man! This boss is pretty strong! Oh, so you said this boss is pretty strong. Let me fight it. No, Goku, no! Not my piece too! But yeah. Don't worry, focus, the drawing is adorable. It is Goku in the pursuit of like fighting someone who can match his level. Who can get onto his level and like give him a cool fight. That's all he cares about. But yeah. I need to do the base loss on the rest. I can match him, but won't because fighting's bad. Yeah. I mean, fighting's for the most part like not a good thing. Yeah, it can be nice for martial arts, you know, and like finding, let's say inner strength, things like that, self-defense, like those kind of like, you know, you kind of like codex you have to follow. But some people are just like that because, you know, I can beat people up, you know, with that. And then yeah. I don't know, Goku just enjoys fighting. I don't know like why, but he enjoys fighting. Okay, actually, it's because in his blood, he's a Saiyan. Of course he loves fighting. But yeah, no, the things like when you see people, they're like overconfident, they're like scared or whatever. And then there's always like reason why they became like the way this is, you know. Could be the environment, their parents, you know. With Goku, I don't really like know. He lives like in the mountains, for example. It's like always like the question like how did they become like this? If you like try to overanalyze Shonen Slop, for example, it can sometimes get disappointing. Or like that people didn't really thought it that much through, you know? Like Dragon Ball was just supposed to be a gag manga, but then the editor was like, no, let's make something like more out of that, and then yeah. But yeah. So I shouldn't like think too much about it, you know? And what came out of that is like amazing still, you know? Like it did inspire like a lot of artists. It did had like some messages and meanings. It had like tragic moments like there, where like the writing was like kind of like good. Like you could like feel that there were like stakes, even though they were like Dragon Balls. There was for example an alternate timeline, you know, like with future Trunks. This was pretty sad. Like future Gohan, rest in peace, man. They were thinking awesome fights in Dragon Ball came out, yeah. Dragon Ball Z, you know, they did like this kind of Z version, right? Like fun anime. But it was like not the light-hearted, cartoony-ish thing, but like actually became like more serious and gritty. But yeah, it's kind of like funny, like how people, you know, it's like so Goku just like as like, you know, this monkey that just wants to fight, you know. Like they just announced him to like that. I can also remember the times when he just wore a drip jacket, you know? And then you just consumed like anime but like via memes, for example. Like Jojo had like a lot of like stuff that is like so absurd and weird, but it's canon, you know? And then some people are gonna be like, you know, oh yeah, I remember that episode like where Goku like put on the drip jacket. Man, this episode slapped so hard. I remember thinking Goku was a nice guy that just liked to fight and eat. And I watched anime and realized I was right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. These are freaking lots. So all you can eat like buffets, they ban him because he eats too much. That's why they live in a live like in such a real place, so that he can't like bankrupt every like restaurant they go into. Taking so long. just like YOLO. And be proud that I tried it. I did avoid trying her for a long time because I did like her and I would feel like, no, whatever, don't make her beautiful. Ah, it would pay me forever. I can't do that to my waifu. Or whatever, you know. Well, I will be better. next time. I never drew Miku because I'm scared to fuck it up. Yeah, it's basically like this kind of feeling. Well, if I'm not scared to like draw the character, something cool can come out. It's just like in chibi form, it's like too much of an easy mode for me, you know? I can do that, it's the bare minimum, but I'm reaching this phase where I want to learn actually. Actually, I want to improve. This for now is freestyling, by the way. Freestyle for like 4 moments. But yeah. Like, not like sure where I should like start becoming like more serious. Like, what should I apply next? But yeah, whatever. So a lot of people feel this way, yeah. I mean, there are people who like draw their favorite characters, husbando, waifu every day, be like, yeah, I draw them, you know, no issues. And when there's some who are like, oh no, what if I don't do them justice? And yeah, I mean, yeah. And I think like I haven't like drawn, for example, like Alice Margatroyd or so from the Toe project. I haven't like drawn Golden Darkness from Tulafril. I think I also haven't drawn actually I drew every whole life VTuber, almost every whole life VTuber, so I guess this doesn't count. But yeah, there were some characters I have never drawn because me scared. I'm proud that I did it with some like artworks, you know, but not always like that proud of the result. And then this is like my kind of fuel to like keep going on. It's just like despite the unsatisfaction. You have drawn a lot this year. I drew like about 56 drawings or so. Some I haven't like even uploaded yet, you know. Because I just feel like there's like room for potential. If I have time, I will try to redraw it. Touch up a little bit. I didn't done anything like that yet. Oh, fun! Yeah. I think like everyone has that somewhat to an extent, that they are diligent, but they can't like share everything they have like made at that time. think I lost like entire year folder of like art. I accidentally deleted it or so because I thought I saved it somewhere else already. And yeah, you can still like see most of the uploads on like Twitter. Oh no, they're called X now. It's for me still Twitter. But yeah, it's like still there somewhat. Maybe I should use Google Images for that. Google Images is like able to translate like stuff and have like somewhat of a Japanese tutorial, but I can't read the handwriting. I can absolutely not read it. This is a good way to use AI, I suppose. Handwriting is hard to understand, yeah. I feel like I would get confused too, yeah. At least it makes it easier, you know? It doesn't like correctly translate it, but it gives you a good gist on like what it was like roughly. What it like wanted to say, you know? What if? No. I'm thinking too much. Just do it. Yeah, it was like not really... It was like kind of a sketch, you know? Like the mouth. Like to start off with something at the very least. It was not supposed to be the final product. That was a good placeholder. Yeah, placeholder is like a good kind of term I can use there. I think before I should like start with line weights, I should like shadow? Grayscale? Yeah, something like that. How did it go? Just 2 minutes? How you do this? Like this, huh? What do I do with the lights? Lights are one more tone? Then what should I do then? Maybe an airbrush. From where does the light come from? Imagine from behind. If I have no... I have no mouth, but I should scream? Did I interpret it right? That reminds me of like back in the days when I played like with our kids, you know? We have like toys. Sometimes like Godzilla versus like some mecha, you know? Or we like adventure, whatever, or party. And I would like have a T-Rex kind of thing. I could be like, ah, the evil one, you know? And then they would be like, no, I'm gonna stop you. But I would like point out, hey, your toy has no mouth, so you shouldn't say anything. And then they got like convinced by that and be like, oh, you're right, you know? And then as I fight them, be like, arr, arr. take this super mega hyper final giga super punch, and when I would like perform like motion with this toy as to punch, and they just be like stone cold, not saying anything. And for some reason, you know, the silence was so heavy that I kind of was like, okay, please say something, you know. So the lesson was like here that, you know, when someone's not saying anything, despite like a lot of bullshit they have like to carry, you know, and endure, it gets scary. They might have not realized themselves, but I kind of like felt like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't restrict my friends in that thing, you know, just say, you know, just let him do. I shouldn't restrict, you know. Ultimate hardest dopest galaxy level threat punch, yeah. Pretty much. Pretty much. It's always all of my kind of like, you know, childhood stuff that I can like talk about, I think. Talk about. Like we have like some kind of like whack experiences or like stories there. It's not much like with adulthood because I feel like I might share too much. Maybe if it's like dated, you know, then like sure. It's not adulthood, it's OG sunness. I suppose. This can work too. Like even OG Sanis. Yeah, you can pronounce it in many ways. OG Sanis, OG Sanis. I'm Ness. Oh gosh. Tosan is Ness? Yeah, I have similarities with Sans. Similarities with Sans. I mean, I wear blue like him. And be like, you know. No way. You're Ness, you're Sans, yeah. By the way, that's just a theory. A game theory. I kinda miss those, I would like say. Kinda miss those. It was still like part of the old weird YouTube, I would like say. And something that was memorable. I don't think there's like anything that like really ever replaced that for me. I thought like some of the series were pretty interesting, you know. So much so that he was like banned to like talk about Undertale. He would like leak too much, give like people too much idea. Or something like that. Which is like something, I suppose. I feel like his new videos are the same, well yeah, but they don't feel the same somehow. Hmm. I remember that. Well, Undertale was like kind of like special. It did like a lot more than a game should do. Like fourth wall breaking. And you would like somehow like try to, you know, influence, like play around with the data, the programs, like try to override stuff to like get easier from point A to B. And then the game for some reason is aware that you do that. There's extra response for those kind of like situation. That's like very in character of like, you know. And you kind of feel like that the game is alive, that it constantly watches you. I love the clip where he describes Jesus and when he talks about Pomni. He did that. Oh gosh. I think like this would up his alley. Not that I like know too much about that. I remember that he was like fairly popular, that he was like liked. This content was enjoyable. There would be like sometimes like let's say like arguments on debunking his like kind of stuff, you know. Like once you're like on internet, you know, and put like something out there in a video, for example, people like free to like come up with like arguments, counter stances and everything. And it's like something, yeah, that can like get to someone who's like not ready for that. That's why it's like always recommend to like read all the comments. Especially like if it gets so much, you know, like, you know, there can be like 99 people saying, you know, good things, but then for some reason, like, if there's like one comment be like, I hate you, you know, then it sticks out. Doesn't really have to like be something like that, but like, I disagree, you know, something like that. For my case, I think it affected me back in the days, like how people thought of me. But more and more I feel like, you know, actually can tolerate that. I think. I'm not sure like if I still, but there are like sometimes like moments like in my real life, you know, like with a job, where I really don't really care that much, you know. Like interact with someone, asked them like to bring me something because they were like able to like use the forklifter. This was a job to like to bring things from point A to B. I think he just like gave me a thumbs up or so, but some co-worker was like, yeah, I thought he was like showing you the middle finger or so, and then I was like, if he did or not, I don't care, you know. I didn't even pay attention if he like did show me the middle finger. I do my work, he should do his work, you know, I don't care, something like that. The loudest voice you should hear is yours. Yeah, pretty much. Like, I myself am my biggest fan, but also my biggest hater. Like, nobody can hate myself like more than me-self. Which is like kind of like, maybe like, Tosha, you should hate yourself, but, you know, like I know myself the best, you know, in that way. I'm my biggest fan, you're my biggest hater. No, it should not be you are. It's like my, and I am my biggest hater, in a sense, you know? It should be like that. You just have to learn to like, don't do in input errors. Words have meaning. In his last words, on his final day, Gold Roger said his last words. Or something like that. And then you're right. I would train like Saitama, but the world would explode. This would be like the most quoted thing ever. Nobody would question it, because it was Gold Roger, the king of the pirates, who said that. Words have meaning, consequences, you need to choose them carefully. No, 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 that's wrong. I think it's right. Accountability, you know? You need to account for that. You understand? Hate. This is pure hate. What do I do here? I forgot something. Around the eyes I need to do apply this. Much it up a little bit. Yeah, you forgot to give me $1 billion, remember? There'll be others way around. I'm not Mr. Beast. I can't throw out money out of window and give it like to any random person. I can't like open a fast food chain and give every visitor like 10k bucks or so. Get a lot of billion. I'm just a little guy. I'm just a little guy! Come on, man! I'm just a little guy! Look, he's just a little guy! Yeah, just a little guy! It's my birthday! Come on! Come on! Well, it's not my birthday yet. Little guy gives out $1 billion. Little guy can give a negative $1 billion. How long am I in? 2 hours plus, okay. Then it's like better than with my Tanya fan art. What? Zero negativity in this household? But you know, if you're gonna be negative with me, you know? Negative is positive? You know, Marv? Then things can go to the better. Just, you know, be negative with me when things will work out. Yeah. Ah, you're right. I give you minus negative $1 billion. And then you give, and then you add your negative $1 billion. And then we have, you know, a plus out of that. Isn't that right? If you all join together, something good will come out of it. That's why those hate campaigns, why those campaigns like on Stop Killing Games, and how everyone like calls things AI slop is like working out for the better. We can change the world. Ah, I see, yeah. We can all like say something about some presidents, you know? And then it brings another negative. Or like someone trying to attack the president. But when he just misses. He had one job, but he just missed it. This adds another negativity. And eventually this will have positivity at some point. We'll make the world a better place. Yeah. Well, the positive king that came out of like trying to shoot this president is like some viral image. It was not what we hoped for, but it was something positive. I'm the president of the world, don't worry. Well, I had like something like that, some viral photo going on, you know. Someone tried to assassinate like Donald Trump or so. And he shot like multiple times, but he freaking missed, you know. And then what went viral was like the sense of like, dude, how did he miss? You know? He shot like 3 times. Dude, you had one job! Or something like that. And then something positive came out of the meme, you know. When he did something on a post. And someone took a photo, and this was like such a good like taken photo because it's like from a triangle. And triangle is like pretty good like in symbolism, you know. Because like a pretty strong formation. He had like his hand like wrist a fist, you know, up in the air. While like the bodyguards that try like to surround him, block like be their meat shield, you know, form like something like the sides of the triangle, you know, where he like while Trump like forms like the tip, something like that. And I saw like a lot of like fan art inspired like stuff like that. Just artists like doing their thing. Something good comes out of suffering, yeah. Well, that's like pretty much the only thing. But yeah, people chose like Trump. I hope I don't regret it, you know. If they do, then they know like what to do better next time. Like I did not choose him, you know. I'm not eligible to like vote, but yeah. The drawing looks dope by the way. Well, I'm trying. The line art is like kinda ass, but I'm like working on that and then like do the finishing touches, I suppose. I think like, yeah, I could do more. But I try what I can for now. Like once I reach the time limit of like 3 hours, I think like, yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. I don't really like to do fan art, that's like why I still like stick with the sketchy line art there. And just like try to put more weight in those. That's pretty much it. I probably could like go for line art like with my chibi, but I did like a redraw, you saw that, old art, new art trend, and I kinda like how I draw nowadays. But yeah. You think they are regretting it already? Yes. You could always do more and more, but you're doing already good. Yes. The thing is like always like enough is better than more, I would like say. But just like the dilemma of the artist, you know. I know like Arnold Sensei, for example, Beat on Beat. He draws like really beautifully. There's like some warmth about the pictures and like how the girls he draws are like smiling. And he's always downplaying himself, you know. He will be like, ah, that sucks ass, and then everyone is like, oh, that's such a beautiful picture, oh! Man, you always like dope, based Arnold Sensei, and yeah. But they are, like, you know, everyone's like, they're self the biggest hater in a sense, you know. And yeah, if I actually like follow his explanation and like the breakdown on like why things are bad, I can believe him. But just the impression of the picture was like positive for me, for example. It's just like the artist like sees for the most part like something different than like the viewer who sees this for the first time, you know. I understand that. I understand everything. I'm also like not always like satisfied with like what I do. I wasted a lot of time, you know. I wasted a lot of time. I could be drawing, but I just like wallowed. whatever, played games, I visited tournaments, played Smash. I mean, this was like kind of a nice thing, but I surely could have do something better. At the very least, I knew what it was like to compete. I had like actual fun, like meeting new people there. And some of those gave me some actual tips, wisdom, nuggets of wisdom and so, and I made some friends. It's just like every single time I distance myself from playing Smash Brothers, you know, I just like staying here, stream and do arts. I kind of feel like, I should like come back at some point, like say hello, you know, but you know, it's kind of a dilemma, always, as always. Like when you make like connections, you know. Maybe you don't know, but you unlock some characters, you know? And with that you have like some arsenals to your hands. But when you don't use this kind of like things in your hand, it's kinda like, that would be nice, but it wouldn't be hard. Yeah. I would like to focus on streaming, or not really stream, but like content creation. But I need to like try as well. Of course, if I have more time, it will be easier, but maybe I should like try while having a full-time job. Would also be like reasonable to do. But will be ass to pull off. I can like say. It is pretty difficult. Especially like with my gacha games I've been playing. The solution would be just to quit the gacha games. But then I would have like, I would like give up on like all the effort I've put in these. It's kinda a dilemma. The days has only like so many hours, you know. I can't like also like visit like my Smash Bros friends as well. Like just like it's nothing. There's always a trade-off somewhere. Yeah, I did say like the J words. I have a job. For sure. Right, like you're more focused on details. Full-time job, Ochi-san. You're gonna become a true top-level Ochi-san. I might like actually stay like with my full-time job for a little while, I think. I don't know. There will be like other things where I like need money for and like need to pay. I'm not sure. Like when I'm actually gonna be free. But I will let you know. So scary, the J word, yes. It has like pros and cons. Always. Okay, this is the same layer. Like everything, but it's sad still, yeah. I might die, like everyone will like end in their life and then look back and just like, man, I wished I could, you know. Could have done this or could have done that. It's kind of like this German like kind of like saying, Hätte Fahrradkette. It's kind of like, you know, if you could, if you had, if I could have done that, and then, you know, something that like rhymes. It doesn't really have any meaning, you know. It's just like summarized on like, yeah, you say always like, you could have done this, you could have done that, but whatever, you know? Pretty much. It's like the meaning of that. I like some German sayings. Some people like don't know too many, but I do like the vocab and like the kind of like tone. It can like give vibe, it can like give off, you know, depending on how you say it and what kind of like vocab you like string together. It can be like pretty long words, even like children books. Thinking about what you could have done is useless, but the mind wanders wherever it wants to. Yeah, like your brain is like your biggest enemy at the end of the day, pretty much. Sometimes like I draw like so many hours, I would just like focus, you know, not think anything. But when I go to the streams, you know, man, what kind of mood I like fall back to? I don't know. I feel like talking when I talk. When some stuff I don't really usually say is coming out. I should tape my mouth, close it, you know, and like just not talk. There's gonna be a mute tuber, you know. There's like something like that, a mute tuber. How do those become successful? I don't know. But they do. I really like how German sounds, is so cool. Well, I should like talk more German, I suppose. I say some nasty stuff and then you be like, oh yes, Tosan, say your truth, whatever, you know. But even, I think like some German curse words can sound kind of elegant, you know? Maybe not like things like Scheiße or like Arschloch or whatever, you know? Maybe I like not the most like elegant. Like basically like shit and like asshole, what I said, you know? There's some kind of like similar to like the English vocab, you know? It's just like, you know, it's not necessarily like a aggressive language like German. But there are like many ways where you can actually like curse at someone, just sounds like a compliment at first, you know? But if you actually like look at the sentence structure, the grammar, actually it was like kind of an insult, you know? There are like many ways like you can use that, but I never get to use it actually. It doesn't dope? What do you mean? It sounds like an elevated. What? What is that? It doesn't dope. But yeah, German people, like some Germans, they care a lot about like the grammar. And like that sounds right. If they're always like, if there's like German teachers, they look at the English structure, you know? Or like a sentence, they could like physically rip their hair out because on like how wrong it sounds if you translate it to German, like word by word, you know? instead of like localizing it, you know. It doesn't sound dope. I ate a word. I gotta remember that. Kotomi. 8th August 2026. It doesn't dope? What do you mean? I'm getting called hater because I quoted you. The next thing you're gonna say is hater. Hater! Oh no, you predicted what I said. Right, so you know, hater. Well, actually I do like listening to myself like speaking German for some reason. But it might not be only myself, but I had like, when I streamed like for a long time only on Twitch, like for a year, sporadically sometimes, I had like some regulars and some just complimented, man, I like your voice, you know, but I was like speaking German this time. If I speak like English, doesn't hit like the same if I like speak, when I was like speaking in German. Not I like watch any VODs, you know, of myself speaking German. But sometimes I say like something in German because someone is like, hey, you can also speak German, or something like, hey, du kannst auch Deutsch sprechen, you know. When I'm gonna be like, you know, yeah, ich kann Deutsch sprechen. Something like, yeah, I can speak German. Hello, something like that, you know. But because I'm usually like an English VTuber, I'm gonna speak English, but yeah. When you spoke German some streams ago, it was nice. I couldn't understand nothing, but was so dope. I feel like voice changes so much in English. English ruins my voices, yeah. Actually, I had like, I think like a Mexican, like kind of like regular there. I drew fan art and was speaking in German. So, or something like that. Or I spoke English, but then the next stream was like full German, and then I don't know. I don't know what the order was, but I had like a regular there. They nowadays like focus on their own stuff, and I root for them. But yeah, that's cool. Yeah. But yeah, you do notice when people speak a different language, when the voice, maybe mannerism, does change. Like in Japanese, for example, some content creators like Joy the Anime Man, you know, he can speak Japanese, can speak English, and people like point out, you know, your personality changes if you like speak Japanese. When, yeah, maybe it's like just because mannerism, you know, in that sense, and I think this makes sense, you know. Konnichiwa. 日本行きたいんです。Was the Japanese kind of interesting, like with some, when you say like boku or like kimi, you know, boku or like ore, that has like a different like vibe. I also like learned. Like watashi is like pretty like much neutral like in Japanese language, but ore like more like aggressive, like more masculine, you know, don't look down on me. While like kind of like younger, you know, like boku is like a more like innocent kind of like vibe, you know, before you kind of like get more corporate like consequently, you know, and then we're like, moshiwake gozaimasen, watashi wa heta zo desu. I don't know, and yeah. Like, it sounds different, you know? I would like say. Like... Ore wa omae aishiteru yo. Boku wa kimi ga aishiteru. No, like, both sounds kind of different. But like, with ore, it sounds like more like arrogant and whatever, but... if you got like the boku kind of part, it sounds like more like innocent, and so... I tried looking up a video about a Latino guy talking Japanese. It was so funny, but I can't find it anymore. Japanese pronunciation is relatively easy for me. I can't understand it. Yeah, I suppose. But the songs sound nice, right? Like the music as well, or like when they speak in anime. Japanese anime. Yeah. Like, I find it like nice, like to always like hear the difference between like the Japanese and English when, for example, like Japanese teachers, like, you know, switching it up. Songs are so dope. Yeah, they totally are. I like singing karaoke. I do love karaoke. I can see what I can do. It's like basically the same thing I did with Brandon, the orc, where I make his like Megane like glow, and he like did like the pose, Gendo Ikari, getting the freaking robot Shinji. Like, I think like when you sing like songs, you know, Japanese songs, or like when you sing general, your voice also sounds like different. Like, I follow like some VTubers just because I fell in love with their singing voice, you know? They sound like amazing. Like a diva, you know? But when I talk to their regular voice, it's kind of like... it sounds like regular Japanese. But then there's this transformation, like if they start singing, it's like, I kneel, you know? But if it's just like normal talking, it's like, yeah, you're just an idiot, you know, whatever. Like, even I can sound different, but I have like my comfort zones somewhere, you know. I try to sing like softer also, but sometimes I do like to be like more party time, whatever, you know. It's also funny when they change seiyus for singing and voice. Yeah, I do. But it's like always impressive if the seiyu can also like sing, you know? And also voice act like while singing, like that they have like a different like matureness also in the voice. Nah, I will like try like Japanese karaoke booths actually, when I get like there with my travel companions. Let's call it like that. Gonna be like fun for me. I already like visited like some Japanese karaoke booths in Little Tokyo, but actually in Japan, you know, thing in Japan, yo. Yeah, I would like to experience it at the very least, just like the real thing. But I'm gonna be careful like with the prices, you know. Sometimes they're like tourist traps, and then they sell like for a bigger price, you know. Always be careful like regarding that. Hey, we got you the thing in Japan. Please pay like this amount. No, I wanna go to one. Yeah. It reminds me of like those shorts, Instagrams that can get like recommended to me, but it's not necessarily like what I'm looking for. Maybe like YouTube is like still okay with the AI, of the algorithm, but Instagram is kind of like bad. Or like the ads on like YouTube also kind of like eh. But the algorithm on like what kind of videos it recommends to you is pretty much on point. I feel like still. If I like start doom scrolling on my phone, you know. On the desktop I cannot doom scroll. And it's like to the plugin I like installed. It's like maybe for the better. It's probably for the better. If I make it darker, the lights is so much warmer. Oh, this is good. Working well. Like if I make it like a little bit brighter, it doesn't seem so warm anymore, but this is a lot warmer. Like I need to like find the right amount. I think like this could like work. I need to like check OBS like one. It looks so pretty, yeah. I'm still like not done yet, but it's like a little bit of time until I reach the limit. Like yeah, I can draw. I could still like improve a little bit more, but yeah. I should use an airbrush, right? But it's good already, yeah. I know. I'm aware. I'm asking a little bit like, let's say the parts that didn't like went well, but I'm making up for like with my strengths more or less. Like here the light comes from behind. That's like why the background is like pretty bright. It's just like me playing around with it, or not like any fancy backgrounds, you know, compensating. It works. It works. I just like need to see like how much like I need to add on lights. Like for now it's bright, but I can like adjust it a little bit, like to a level where it's like more acceptable. For now, like do it like this so I can like see clearly like where the light sources are. It's not bad. Ah, the subject is self-aware. Yeah. I usually don't draw backgrounds, like nowadays. It can be paid to draw, but I can't draw backgrounds. It's just like for illustrations I don't really feel like it. It would be too much work. maybe a commission, but at the same time, I don't take commissions currently. I'm gonna focus on becoming better. And maybe YouTube, like a little bit more stuff there. So sad. Well, would you pay me $1 trillion for a piece of art? Like lifetime wise. Well, maybe I should like accept that, you know. Like be bound to like an overlord forever. You know, there are like game studios that have been like bought by billionaires, right? Or by rich people. When the studios, you know, can't do their own games anymore, they have like forever like do the games like, you know, the overlord is like asking of them. And when we get so many slot games, for example. Like try to be the next Hollywood, for example, but it's not like doing a good video game, you know? Something like that. They chase after a dream. And I mean, yeah, games can be like priced for $80. The Nintendo Switch 2 games are like $70 or so. Or like entry tickets for like a cinema thing, you know, to watch a movie in cinema. Maybe like about $10, maybe $20, you know. You buy the Blu-rays are maybe $20. If you buy like a regular DVD, it's like $50, you know. But for games that could possibly like be movies, oh, you could charge so much more. Oh, make a subscription service, live service, yeah, and whatever the crap, you know. Actually, now that I think about it. Blu-rays are amazing. Yeah, Blu-rays is great. It's basically undestroyable. Okay, it's destroyable, but you know, if the usual accidents that happen to normal DVDs will not destroy a Blu-ray DVD. So whenever I like want to give a present to someone, like a good movie, I always like do it a Blu-ray for them. But for myself, if I don't really care about like the movie that, you know, that I don't watch like 100 times until the DVD is like destroyed, you know, then I do like normal CD, you know. I think with Blu-ray you can also like burn the DVD, right? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. This was something like that, like uncopyable, or like really hard to copy. Can I add a little bit more of the background? By the way, when my dad had his birthday or so, he was like still vacation. But I like noticed, like from my childhood, you know, he liked Jackie Chan movies. I was asking, hey, are you keeping up nowadays like with watching Jackie Chan movies? And he was like, no, not really, you know. So I like bought him like one of the newest movies, you know, like from 2025. I was kind of curious about like one of the 2025 movies that Jackie like did or so, or like was a part in. And Hideo Kojima, by the way, did like put it on his top 10. He's like kind of the movie connoisseur, you know, since he, you know, he does like the Metal Gear series, Death Stranding and so, and he basically did like a movie. But it's not like those investors, you know, who like want to chase the Hollywood. It's just like some dude who's interested like the movie thing, and like puts in heart and soul like to make a game like that. Like he's the director and something like that, you know, of Konami, I think, of like this game made in Konami, yeah, something like that. And when he said, you know, well, when in this top 10, you know, it's like a Jackie Chan movie, and be like, okay, then it might be worth like gifting it for my dad, you know, man, give him that. Also, I gave him like, I think like what was it called? A selfie stick, yes. Because he always like took photos. I always see him like doing with his own hands also, but a selfie stick's like easier, you know. I gotta tell my dad to like one of those modern like live streamers also, I don't know. You know, like those vloggers, you know, with a selfie stick always. Actually, my dad lost a lot of like those. So I thought like this was like good for him. I always wanted a selfie stick. They're not expensive. With $1 trillion, it's like more than enough, you know. I think it's like $10, $50 or so. There are also like those selfie sticks you can like extend, you know, something like that. He'd be like a hipster, yeah, I suppose. But he's still pretty traditional, you know. Sometimes I overhear him like talking with like the neighbors, you know. By the way, like one of my family members like spending a lot of money on like clothing. Like for shoes, for example, you know. $800. Then my father was kind of like confused on like, yeah, why $800, you know? This peak is expensive. It's like in the season like right now. If it's at its peak, it might be like at like 1,500. It's like, oh, what? So much money, no discount, you know? Like if he would like pay this much for shoes, maybe like on something fancy, you know, on a wedding or so, and maybe $200 or so, but 800. It was not even it's a peak season, you know. Oh, that's so nice. I hate talking with neighbors, but he's pretty traditional, you know. He's an old man, older man than me. Clothes are so expensive now. They don't have to be, just buy second hand or so. I don't know. You don't need to design up brands also, it just has to be like, functional for me. Like, clothes are for me like a bike or a car. They are just there for their purpose. Holding me warm. Or like keeping me like cool. Protecting me, whatever, you know, there's like clothes with protection, you know, something like that. That they're like fire resistant, for example, or that they have like a steel layer on the shoes, on the shoe, yeah, on the caps, yeah, there's something like there, like around your toes, something like that. You can have like a gummy sole. Like clothes have like their purposes, but just for like trip, it's pretty expensive, yeah. But even like without the trippy brands, you can still have like, it's like something off trip, like with the free-to-play methods, more or less, or like low budget, you know. But yeah. Older than you. Okay, so he saw the dinosaurs be created, I guess. Yes. He would be like, back in my days, you know. Something like that, and would like cited a lot of like things. I only thrifted, only buy thrifted. I can't buy anything brand new. I refuse to spend that much money. Same. I really pretty much reuse all the clothing I have. Pretty much. It like works out. Some people say I have like fashion sense. I put like on a like, I suppose I wear a hoodie, and then there's like, man, that looks good on you, you know, but it's just like something I use like a lot of times. And sometimes I have to fix it myself, by the way, too, like those clothing. Like, if they have like a hole or so, they like tear apart. But it holds up, it like serves it like for a lot of years. I don't really see the need to like spend a lot of money on like clothing. I kind of refuse to spend money on clothing at all. Maybe I spend on shoes, you know, because shoes you can actually walk like until they break. But with clothes, you can fix those, but shoes is like a little bit harder, you know. I had a lot of broken shoes. I think I broke like 5 pairs or so, just from walking, you know. Sometimes my dad would like give me like his old ones, but they would be like broken like within 6 months or so. Or maybe 3. Depends like really. I was like asking for shoes, but they always give me new clothes, like secondhand ones. And it's like, yeah, I don't. That's why I kind of like don't buy clothes, you know, because my parents like got my back. But my wardrobe is like full, pretty much. I have like to throw like some stuff away sometimes. I only stop using my clothes if they are falling apart. Yeah, same, pretty much. I'm a cheapskate. Yes, me too. I'm a little bit like stingy if it like comes to like spending money. Like on like stuff I like, clothing, like things I don't see I use in. Maybe figurines, it's like decoration, nice to look at, you know. But yeah, you know, like after buying my first figurine of Goblin Slayer, like it's kind of like thing broke. Actually like start like spending a lot like more on figurines or like stuff, and well, I gotta be like those weeps, you know. Every weep has like a figurine collection or something like that, manga collection or so. Most of my shoes are Dr. Martens boots or Converse. They last for eternity. Wow. If they do, it's amazing. Like long lasting is like always like, it's like always like great. But this is always good for business, you know, like, it's like why they give it like more or less an expiration date, you know, that after like 10,000 steps or so, or whenever, this will start breaking, falling apart, and then you have like to buy new ones, and then you go like to the same manufacturer, you know, same brand, for example. And then by the time you have like better products, and then you buy maybe like the next one, you know. That's why they do PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, you know. Buy the next product, by the way. No. Okay. I kind of love Venua. I love Venua, you know. I love Venua. No subscription service or something. It just has a pop-up window and asks you to pay. You click away, you say like no, and then it'll be like okay. That's it, you know. Winra's dope. I think like about actually buying Winra. It's a German company, I think, like that runs that. So I kinda helping like my bros in a sense. The expiration date happens when I say it happens. Yeah, just don't overuse it, right? That's why, like, if I have expensive shoes, I wouldn't like use them too much. Like my most expensive shoe buy is like maybe like 30. It was at discount or so. Maybe 40, 50. Yeah, something like that. Like yeah, the family member spends money on 800 bucks on shoes. I spent 800 to get like 3 or 4 scale figurines, you know, I think that's a better deal. And by the way, some figurines, you can be a scalper, you know, and sell them for much higher price after a few years. Shoes, clothing, the meta changes a lot. But some figurines, like Hatsumiko, for example, or like Rirdo, original characters, you know, they can sell for a lot after a few years. Like back in the days, somewhere like priced at like below 20,000 yen, but nowadays they sell like for 47,000, so almost more than double the price, you know. That's because it's like 2019, 2017 figurine, they haven't been produced anymore. Also, you know, some would like sell for cheaper, like if it's just a regular figurine like Mamisime, something mass produced or something like that, but Rudo, you know, like petite girls that look beautiful, like Bishoujo figurines. Oh man, there's a lot of demands. Miku, yeah, like actually those Miku figurines that are like illustrated by Rudo Sensei, I would love to get those. There are like 2 out there. You can like win as prize figurines. So I'm gonna have to ask my Ototo, who's the crane game master, to help me out there. Petite is the right word, yes. Like I'm not gonna say ooh, you know, man. But yeah, you get what I mean. Let's save. Should actually regularly save. I don't save regularly. We're gonna do some additional touches too. My goddess, Roxy Migurdia. I think I forgot something. Forgot something. There are patterns on like the heads. I don't have to draw the patterns, but I want to have justice. It's like drawing a Blue Archive student, don't forget the halo. Actually, have you ever drawn Blue Archive characters before? That's an important rule. It's an important rule. A lot of people get it wrong first time. Okay, next tutorial. I need to filter my art. By the way, I've also Roxy figurine. I took like, I have like references in like the picture format, digital picture format, but also like the real life example more or less in front of me. So it's kind of like useful. So yeah, if you have a life-size Miku figurine, I suppose it's useful for this kind of like purpose. To have like, you know, something there. What do I do here? Oh yeah, something like that. And then... Right! Oh, cute! Yeah. I wonder when I should show my off my collection. Like, you probably like saw a little bit. Remember you like wanted to like watch this one hand can stream where I like showed some of my, let's say like loot from Dokumi, I think. It was like the biggest anime convention in Europe last year. This year I didn't went to because I want to go to Japan. Nippon Akihabara. But also like wanted to like visit like those places like in Yakuza, by the way. Yakuza 0. Like Sotenbori? Osaka? Or like Kamurocho and like Tokyo. One of my friends went to Dokumi this year. It looks so cool. That's so dope. You'll meet my Tachibana. Yeah, on the place, the empty lots, there's Tokyo Tower. Oh no, not there's a Tokyo Tower, but there is something like a Tokyo Tower on there. So yeah, I pretty much like meet him there. Like see his big tower in front of me. His big tower. Man can be like, I touched his tower! Let's go! It was big and hard! There's a tower, OMG. Yeah. The place where the empty lot was in Yakuza 0, there will be a tower. I think this was foreshadowed already, like in the ending credits. And I'm gonna add like a little bit more something of a film effect with like noises. Okay, something like this. And then adjust. I think I don't need to add that. No. But let's add it anyways. Filter. Turn off the preview. And by the way, like regarding like current animes, I'm like watching. Maybe it's not a current anime, but I'm like watching season 3 of like Oshinoko like nowadays, and Must like say, pretty dope. I haven't like reached a part like where like people be like hating on it, you know, because they don't like the at a certain point like where like things happen, you know, like the manga readers. But so far I do love the ending song that's like playing. It's like Serenade or Serenade by Natori-san, you know. And I do love his voice and like his singing, you know, like if it comes like to that. And it's always like nice when you like, for me, like to finish the episode when like this bopper's like playing. It's like unskippable for me. It's dope. I'm glad you like it. I'm not sure if you like already watch it or so, but yeah, it shows like some things about the idol industry or like the entertainment industry in general, you know. And yeah, it's like entertaining and something informative, you know. Even though it's like to some part like weird, but I mean, it's like when I watch anime, you know? Not yet, but looks cool. Yeah, I think like I want to cover like Serenade at some point. I have like every single time I like hear this song, I have like this music video in my inner eye that I will never produce. Or maybe I will. Do I need that? Can look better with, can look good without. But it has like a more of a photo effect, you know? Actually. Like everything applied here. Something of a filter. Not yet, but looks cool. Sounds cool. Yeah. Now that I announced it, I will never do it. That's like what I mean, like, you know. I have like right in front of me like a music video that I will never produce. Man, I kind of like the different like vibes. I like slide the meter, the bar from left to right, but I like every single one. Okay, maybe I'm not so dissatisfied with like this fan art here. I trusted you. Yeah. But yeah, once I know something, I might not do it, you know? Like everybody can like say, I'm gonna be productive. And then just plays games, you know, the whole day. The day's over. Dang it! Yeah, like every single one. Oh gosh. I even make it like really blurry, it looks good. Oh gosh, I hate it. So much to choose from. I could do the raw thing, but yeah. You saw the raw thing. I'm gonna like make it like a little bit blurry. What now? What? Oh, opacity and once again. Merge to new layer. Filter. Let's sharpen it. That's it. Okay, save. We're gonna call it for now. Upload will be soon, I think. The blur is so pretty, it looks like those memory edits. I force you to sing, you don't get a choice. Okay, singing would be like great. It will be fun. But the music video, I don't know. The blur is so pretty! Yes. Memory edits, I'm not really sure. Is this a reference I'm not getting? Probably. This is some kind of fancy term. Hey. I suppose I'm old. But I'm not an Oji-san. Oji-san じゃねえよ。父さんだ。Bin kein alter Mann. Oh gosh, German doesn't like sound nice as well. Actually, how would you translate like Oji-san German? Like not old man, right? It means like more like uncle, right? Oji-san. Actually, like the German word for like Oji, for like uncle, you know? It's just like onkel. Onkel. It's similar, right? Onkel. Yeah. Like O-N-K-E-L. Like it's written as it's pronounced. Uncle is like uncle, you know, something like that. So that's why I kind of like prefer like a little bit more German writing grammar, because you pronounce it as you write it, you know. But in English it's like pretty weird pronunciation. I feel like sir or misters are decent translations. You wouldn't call Mr. a young person to a young person. But in Japan, I would call like Oni-san, you know, like, you know, when you'd be like, no, Oji-san, no, they call me Oni-san, young man, you know. It could mean like a big brother, you know, but there's basically like, you know, with respect, you know, like someone, like why they Yakuza is like Aniki, you know. English pronunciation is horrible. Yeah. There's so many ways to say like A, you know. Ah. Cat, apple. It's also like different A pronunciation, right? It's pretty weird. Wait, because you're not Oni-san, you're Oji-san. But then this very old person, you know. I'm not a young person, like how you like try to say, you know, a mister or like a sir. You call me Serto-san, then Serto-san, then yeah, I suppose it can work out. No young. No young. Oji-san. No. No. Actually, I should like blush. I want her to blush. I think I keep it simple with the blush. How do I do this? Like one finishing touch. Oh, I reached the 3-hour mark, holy crap, I'm past the 3-hour mark, no! I mean, she's a cute girl, Roxy. And she's voiced by my favorite voice actor. I think I forgot one thing. Can you see the blush? I don't know. It's pretty weak. Why so weak? It can be always interesting to like talk to like Asian chefs, you know. Actually, they flex like about some secret ingredient they have or like cooking method, you know. And yeah, it's like it's different than like the European food, but all they just do is add MSG, yo, and yeah. But yeah. I can make it a little blurry and doesn't like stand out too much. Okay, I keep it like that. Upload will be soon. Thank you all for watching. Have a nice rest of the day. Evening, a good night, I would like say. Whatever time zone the world you all are. And with that, I'm gonna say bye bye.